Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 242 of the RVMan LP exhibitions, and today we're going to be continuing on with Senran Kagura. Last time we did 1-4 of chapter 1, and now we're going to probably finish off chapter 1 this part. There's only about like 5 chapters for the Hanzo Academy, and there's like 5 chapters for Hebijo. And then there's like 10 special missions each. So now we get to play as Katsuragi. I'm pretty sure everyone in the West is very familiar with this one. As I mentioned before, Katsuragi is, without a doubt, one of the biggest perverts in all of gaming history, if not anime history. Cause seriously... The first thing she says, when he comes down here, that she's always up for copping a good feel, but she has limits. Now, see, here's the thing. If Sony had not censored the affection, you'd know how perverted Katsuragi is. Because, see, in the 3DS and PC version, if you cop the feel on her, she'd ask you to come closer. But then again, this is what Katsuragi usually do, as far as Frantic's concerned. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to mention. I was originally having Katsuragi in... No, not originally. I actually do have Katsuragi in Yosakura's outfit. Her original outfit is literally her school uniform, just completely buttoned down, and her skirt's just shorter. That's it. And by completely buttoned down, I mean she literally doesn't wear a bra. No, I'm not kidding. Oh, and by the way, this is her ultimate secret ninja art, which is practically a corkscrew kick, which is a tornado. And I also already got the secret scroll that's here. All 3 of them. I mean, they're in the classrooms, and there was one on the locker. So that's the only thing I haven't actually told you. Because, see, I haven't found them all. That's the problem. I'll stumble across them, but still. Thing is, this pervert exposes herself sometimes. Oh, like all the time, considering her, ninja form originally, and also this pervert tends to grope the girls, specifically Asuka. So, on that note, well, I just realized we just beat up the Public Morals Committee. And, the only reason they were groping Asuka was to try to measure the length of her skirt what it needs to be, because, let's face it, all the Hanzo students' skirts are so small that one gentle breeze, you could see up their skirts. Not that Katsuragi minds, so long as you're not the groper, and she's the groper. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we took care of that obscenely quick. And yeah, that's for a level 2, by the way. And yeah, that's because Katsuragi's at level 24. That's okay, though. I'm gonna switch to the next ninja, because I keep forgetting that if you actually go to the next mission, you're stuck with that ninja if you already beat the game. So we're not gonna have another episode just like the last one. Oh, and by the way, I also noticed that I accidentally forgot to turn on the sound of the actual gameplay. And I should have... unfortunately, turn the sound down. Oh, turn the sound completely off so it wouldn't sound like it's double, reverberating. Anyway, we're in our next mission, and this is where things will be a little bit interesting. Because the last couple of missions, all we've been taking on is nothing but mooks. So now we actually have ninja on ninja battles. Let me warn you all, the ninja on ninja battles are not easy. Some of them are, most of them aren't. And for good reason. Remember what I said about how people transform when they heal? No, they heal when they transform, and you lose when you either lose all your clothes or lose your health. Well, guess what? This applies here too. Oh, and Yagyu and Hibari is about to fight over a plushie. And for the record, here's the deal with Hibari and Yagyu's relationship. Yagyu's pretty much using Hibari as a replacement for her dead sister, who she wasn't able to protect because she got hit by a truck. No, not Yagyu, her sister got hit by a truck, and she wasn't able to come to the hospital in time because her sister died instantly. And no, Yagyu is not blind in one eye. She just has her sister's decoration used as an eye patch. And since Hibari reminds her of her sister, she sticks close to Hibari. So that's pretty much the deal with her. Hibari, as far as her's concerned, she has, how should I put it? She's the only family, okay, let me rephrase that. The only person in her family that can use ninjutsu, as you can wholeheartedly see. And I switched her out too. I forgot what the person's name was whose costume I switched out, but still. And I switched out Yagyu's too. Oh wait, Minori. That's the name of the person I switched out Hibari's costume for. And this one's Murakumo's. So if you see the guessing girls in the in the Hanzo outfits, you'll know why. Anyway, the thing about Hibari just is a ditz, despite having incredible ninja power, to the point where Yagyu's constantly overprotective because of how much of an airhead she is. But the thing about Hibari you need to worry about, Hibari is pretty fast and pretty strong as far as her attacks are concerned, and she tends to paralyze you. I don't know what happened here, but when I tried to use my ninjutsu on my shinobi arts on her, they all missed. Every last one of them. You see that? That shit just completely went past her. Look at it this way. At least it's Yagyu and not Mirai. Ooh, gotcha. I thought I finished you, but apparently not. Oh, yeah, and by the way, in case you're wondering, the Shinron Kagura watermark is in the way. So I didn't know if if Hibari was dead or not. Well, defeated or not. But unfortunately, she is. But as I was saying, Hibari's the only person in her family to learn ninjutsu, which pretty much put a lot of responsibility on her, and she's a complete klutz. But she does get better, at least. Oh yeah, and her growing to giant size, that's an actual thing. Oh, and I do not like playing as Hibari. Plain and simple, she's very erratic. So on that note... Oh, and she also speaks in a third person in the Japanese version. Well, that's the only version that's playable in this game. When it comes down to the English anime, she does not speak in the third person. I forgot who voiced her in the English. Alright, with that said, we're gonna go on ahead and end this part. And the thing is, about this, Yagyu is trying to teach her to be a little bit more responsible, at least. Or more dependent. And oh, I actually got a high grade for that one. On level 2, no less. Nice. Well, if push comes to shove, what happens if I accidentally get easy instead of normal? I'll just repeat it off screen on normal, because it would be an accident that if I did that. But that will actually happen in the next part, unfortunately, because I wasn't paying attention. So now let's go to 1-7. Who should I pick? Ah, Ikaruga, who I should have showed off in the last part. Alright. Ikaruga. Unfortunately, this was practically Hibari's part, and Hibari will be used a little bit later. And just like with the last episode, I'm going to mark the parts where we start fighting in this episode. But as I said, Hibari's a klutz. An absolute klutz. She even forgot her kunai. She dropped her scroll in the middle of the street in the last part. Oh, sorry if you could hear my bed, because I had to get comfortable. After all, I'm sitting on my bed. So, with that said, everyone in Hanzo Academy is going to take supplementary classes in Solidarity. Even though they really don't have to be honest. On that note, we're gonna go beat up some more dummies again, which is what we're going to do. And we're probably not gonna get into another competition with a ninja until a little bit later. I'm pretty sure whoever played this game knows who I'm referring to. So now it's time to destroy all the shinobi dummies. Which they're actually real-life humans, and they are all dressed as shinobi, and they're they're not powerful, but they're some of the annoying types. These are the ones that throw the kunai, at least. And, like the last part, I practically faced off against the enemies that only had, like, no dachis and stuff like that. Now it's time to show off Ikaruga's switch, which she switched with, oh, I forgot to change her underwear. Anyway, she switched with Shiki, by the way. In case you're wondering where that outfit's come from. But I do like her theme song, though. It's pretty awesome. Ah, there's the ones I'm talking about. The ones with the Nodachi. I hate those shinobi. I really do. They can be rather annoying. Because sometimes they no-sell your hits and then counter and break your guard and send you flying. It's better than the yo-yo ones. The yo-yo ones are annoying. The big guys, these with the crossbow, God, that's rather annoying. Oh, I'm so glad Ikaruga's at a very high level. Ooh, nice. Well, the thing about normal, they all got higher health at least. But by the time I get to the point where I get to near the end of the game, I have some, if not most of these guys between 40 and 50. As 50 is the highest you could go. Nice! And that did not take him out because there's more of them. Nope. Yeah, that's right. Face the wrath of Ikaruga. And by the way, Ketsuka Tensho! I know that sounded lame, and I have no regrets. Anyway, feel the wrath of Ikaruga. I love playing as Ikaruga. As you can wholeheartedly see, I like her sword. Which, by the way, her brother stole. Or attempted to steal. More about her when we cross paths with her story. But let's face it, Ikaruga is really damn cool. Despite her being aloof when it comes down to, well, being around her friends, she can be very aloof. Oh, and that's what's supposed to be the segment where I play as Hibari. I'm gonna put that for last. I told you. Well, Asuka purposely failed to take it will end the supplementary class so that way Hibari won't feel so bad. Well, I mean, that's kind of a good friendship sort of thing, but people do have a sense of pride. And on that note, at least Asuka, Ikaruga, Yagyu, and Katsuragi, and even Hibari are better ninjas than Boruto, for that matter. Yeah, I'm gonna keep ribbing on him, because he sucks. Well, at least I didn't have to get the top secret files here. Oh, it's just an A, but that's alright. It's a really high-ranking A. Ooh, nice. Level 3 in Yang. Just one more level and Ikaruga will be pretty much unstoppable. Well, more along the lines of her being able to double jump in midair and stuff like that. Alright, next up, we now have ourselves a boss battle. Because we are ending Chapter 1 with a fight against the Hebijo assassins. Yeah, that should sound familiar. Because I did mention those guys in the last part. Well, here they are. Oh, and I didn't mention too much about Katsuraki's backstory because this was going to be introducing Katsuragi anyway. Alright. Long story short about Katsuragi. The only reason she's a pervert is to probably mask her loneliness. That's the reason why. Due to the fact that her family left her and also took the family dog with her, and she was on her own by herself. The reason they left was because of the fact they failed to carry out a mission. That mission was to assassinate Yumi's grandfather. Instead, they assassinated Yosakura's parents, which in turn pissed off Yosakura. So yeah, they're alive. The problem of the matter is they're still on the run. Because they're renegade ninja now. Well, she would rather be called Katsuragi because anywhere else, well, anything else would pretty much have her to remember her parents and it would pretty much depress her. So that's why Katsuragi is the way she is. She's free-spirited and doesn't want to think about things that are too gloomy and too depressing. But sometimes she do. That's pretty much how things work. And she's also mentioning how the fact that she wants a strong opponent. And she figures that if she's strong, then she don't have to worry about being, well, marked for death. That's the mindset she has, and that's all because of her past. But let's be honest with you, folks. Sometimes when it comes down to ninja assignments, you fail, that pretty much is a sign of death, because whatever assignment is, it could probably bring all the trouble back to the clan. So I could see why she's the way she is. And as such, she practically tends to grope all the girls just to have a sense of belonging and also a sense of, well, companionship. It'll get to the point where people, in Estival Versus anyway, where all the girls are so used to her groping them, because to the point where she gets bored of groping and wants to find a new opponent. Be careful what you wish for. But that's as far as I'll go with that. I'll play that game one day. Probably on the Steam version, because, yeah, recording this on the PS4 can be a hassle, because I do believe there is going to be some times that the PS4 will have block scenes. So I gotta be careful for that. Well, thankfully this game don't. But I wanted to one day record Akiba's trip. Unfortunately, I can't do that. Well, not without the right equipment anyway. But I'll worry about that some other time, because I haven't even finished that game yet. I'm like halfway through, but still. Um, she's practically reminiscing the past and her dog Choco, which she never found. Well, one thing is perfectly clear. This, unfortunately, is not filler. Because after we get to this cutscene, which will probably end up having a introduction to the Hebijo girls, well, guess what? We're going to be fighting them. Obviously, it's in the mission. Well, one thing is perfectly clear. I would like to have a room with a personal hibachi grill because I would like some tempura or teriyaki or maybe some curry steak on the hibachi grill. That would be fantastic. Just walk right in, get my hibachi and go about my merry way. Put some yum yum sauce on it. Be good. Instead of going out to buy some stuff. That would be absolutely fantastic. Like, wild grass ramen special? I've never heard of wild grass ramen. But I guess it may sound or taste good. I don't know. You tell me in the comments below. However, a ninja probe just happened to walk into the vicinity. And we're only knowing this through text. Again, I will post the parts where we get to the fighting. Because there is a screen wall of text before you actually get to the fighting, the cutscene, and then the main story. It'll come to a part where I'll end up having to skip the story. But, yeah, there will come a point where I'll have to skip the story. But there will be people interested in the story. And more importantly, not many people would like to hear me talk. And more importantly, as I upload videos, the algorithm is bearing me more and more and more and more. So, do me a good favor. Spread the word. I mean, I may eventually get off of this website anyway, somewhere along the line, but do me a good favor and spread the word so I won't be, purged. And that's all that matters. But it turns out that Asuka's well aware that Katsuragi has some sort of problem because she just got finished destroying a probe. Well, she did the right thing. Because by destroying that probe, all they did was manage to make sure that the enemy do not get any reconnaissance on them. Unfortunately, Hebijo attacks at the most vulnerable when Kiria's out. Which they didn't do in the anime, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, Hebijo actually started their attacks in episode 2 or 1. No, I think it was episode 2. For that note, Katsuragi's been begging to want somebody tough to fight. Oh, she's gonna get her wish. Too bad we're not gonna play as Katsuragi for this fight. Oh, no. Originally, this is actually an Asuka battle. So therefore, there's not much to say. Well, there is, because there's nothing but a wall of text, so I have to try to keep everybody awake somehow, and someone will end up falling asleep if they keep seeing a wall of text. I'm pretty sure that's why many people are bored with Phoenix Wright, but things have gotten interesting with Phoenix Wright. We're almost near the end of that, by the way, so bear that in mind. Here, we just got through the first chapter in 2 parts. And we still got 3 more to go, and that's it. No, wait, 4 more to go, and that's it. Well, as far as for Hanzo is concerned. On that note, Homura introduces herself yet again. By the way, Homura's the one who actually recovered Asuka's purse after it got stolen because Asuka was being an airhead. But that's okay. We get to take her down, sort of. Thing about good ninjas and evil ninjas, the only time they fight is if they're sanctioned to do so by their superiors. Which is all the more reason why Yumi's grandfather had a sanction on him, because he hated evil ninjas with everything in his fiber and being to the point where he went after them for no apparent reason. And that was what put him on the hit list for Katsuragi's mom and dad. Because the Good Ninja Council did it. So on that note, we have to stop Homura from taking the super secret ninja art scroll. Which, by the way, is actually Asuka's ultimate ninjutsu. And also Homura's, for that matter. So with that said, we're gonna have to beat the crap out of Homura. Now normally we end up fighting her as Asuka, but again, this is actually a new game plus, and we're at level 2, so I'm gonna fight her as Homura. Not Homura, I mean Hibari. Homura's the person I'm about to fight. But it'll come to a point where I'll actually use Homura in the next episode. That is a matter of fact. So, let's just go on ahead and keep going through text. Lots and lots of text. Because the fight will be over really quickly, due to the fact that Homura is not that high a level. Oh, and by the way, that's Hikage. For those of you who don't know, that happens to be America's favorite ninja, as opposed to Yumi. Now, that's the thing. I don't know why everybody hates Yumi. I'm not so sure. Somebody in the comment section, please let me know. But last time I checked, Yumi was the only ninja in Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. The only representation of Shinron Kagura. And they're probably lucky that Sony didn't actually censor her. I mean, sort of, but not as much. So yeah. We're gonna have to take down Asuka, Homura, sorry, because we're not fighting Hikage. Not yet, at least. That'll be near the end of the next chapter. So on that note, it's time to whoop ass and take names. Oh, and she's still calling her Jugs, even though her breast is just as big. Alright then. We're gonna have to prepare ourselves because Homura's not that easy. There's a thing about Homura. She has something in common with Masamune Date from Sengoku Basara. She can wield 6 swords. That in and of itself is pretty tough. Well, oh, sorry if I'm scratching my face. It's a little bit itchy. Anyway, we're gonna have to prove that our path of the ninja is better than hers in the best way we know how, by whooping her ass. Alright. Let's do this. Now, unlike Hibari, who is sporadic and constantly goes around the screen, Homura, she's in your face. And she is really, really fast. And I chose the wrong character for this. I swear I do. By the way, this is on normal. So on that note, I may be in way over my head, but at least Hibari's at a higher level. Oh, good. At least oh, wait, nope, she's countering. Oh, crap. There she goes. Transformation time! Well, I gotta admit, that cutesy pose she does is just, very pleasing to the eyes. Considering the fact that everyone and their mother is putting that infamous Last of Us 2 scene there. I need something to, you know, bleach the brain. And what better than boobies? Oh, and for the record, anybody wondering? The suit Homura's wearing happened to belong to Miyabi, one of the DLC characters. Ah! Oh, crap! Get up, fool! I could do better than this. Ooh! That actually works! Okay, I'm doing a little bit better, because she was kicking my ass at this point. Ah! Never mind. Oh, yeah! And for the record, her ultimate ninja art is... Homura. Her ultimate ninja art is her unleashing her seventh sword, which in turn turns her hair red. She's not going to use it here, but... Hey, what the hell am I doing? I went the wrong way! How did I miss her? Oh, wait, never mind, I won. Never mind. But as I was saying, her ultimate is where she pulls out her actual true sword and her hair turns red, and she's a lot faster and a lot more dangerous with it. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that till near the end of the game for Hanzo. And had this been Asuka, her outfit would be torn. Well, it turns out that Asuka did nothing to Homura. Homura is practically that rival that Asuka will have to overcome. And that's the thing I like about this. You're not going to get an absolute power-up or some absolute 11th hour superpower to beat these guys. You need to train hard, and that's what these girls will do to try to get their revenge against the Hebijo group. Because Hebijo, they end up mopping the floor with them in the anime. God damn, do they mop the floor with them. Oh well, at least I got an A for that, and that takes care of Chapter 1. I'll see you guys next time on the RVMan LP Exhibitions when I start Chapter 2, and I will start with Daidoji, one of the secret characters in this game. This is RVMan 985. Peace out, and goodbye.